Hey folks, good morning. Well, this isn't something you get to do every day. Today we are in Austin, Texas at the Circuit of the Americas racing facility to participate in BMW Motorrad's R Fest. This is a community-based sport bike group that likes to experience the power, the performance, the capability of their premium BMW S1000RR superbikes. This event is not only open to BMW S1000RR owners, but it's also open to all sport bike riding enthusiasts who want to feel the thrill of unleashing their 180 some horsepower sport bike here at the circuit in Austin, Texas. We are going to be riding our 2021 S1000RR VIN 7785 here at the circuit and talk about the thrill of operating this high performance vehicle here at the circuit. So throw on your helmet because we're going for a ride. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the BMW S1000RR VIN 7785. Since we last saw this vehicle, it had a recall on its front brake components. The old Hayes style calipers were replaced due to a faulty design with these Nissan spec and BMW embossed radial mount calipers. The master cylinder was also swapped out, a Nissan master cylinder, and the front brake reservoir is new too. That was due to a manufacturer's recall due to an issue with the OE Hayes component. The great thing about modern motorcycle manufacturers like BMW Motorrad is they stand behind their products. This particular vehicle has a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty with roadside assistance. Unbelievable. This vehicle also has received a torque ECU reflash. This is a new feature that BMW Motorrad is offering their customers. A lot of the customers have been a little bit peeved by the power issue that we described in earlier videos in, I think it's second and third gear or third and fourth gear. I can't quite remember. I think it's second and third gear where it has that issue between 4,000 and 6,000 RPM. I can't quite recall. I've been riding so many bikes lately. But this vehicle has a torque reflash, which allows for maximum torque. BMW Motorrad also allows its customer to reflash it with maximum horsepower, but you can't get maximum torque. So you can, as a customer, you can either choose maximum torque or maximum horsepower. I know it sounds kind of funky. You can also send your ECU, your dash display, and this key module and key to that company out of Texas, and they'll just remove all electronic restriction for you. But that, of course, voids the OE warranty. We have Pirelli's Diablo Supercorsa SP V3 high performance street tires fitted onto this vehicle. Note the OE carbon fiber wheels as a part of the M package on this vehicle. So we have fresh tires. The tires that were originally fitted on this vehicle were the Michelin Power tire, not the latest and greatest Michelin Sport tire that's on the 890 Duke R, but the tire that is a little bit older. I wasn't a big fan of those Michelins. They weren't so good. I am a big fan of these Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SP V3 tires, so we are going to have a much better time. All right, folks, enough talking about this vehicle. It's time for me to fit my leathers and start whaling here at the circuit. All right, folks, there is the magnificent 2021 M1000RR. This is BMW Motorrad's up-spec limited edition liter class superbike. Upwards of 30,000 USDs for this vehicle.
we are not going to be able to operate this vehicle and create content on it today. This is a pre-production unit, and we will have to wait until the official press introduction, if we even go to that, to operate this exquisite piece of machinery. Now we're going to go out in the beginner group here at Double R Fest in conjunction with Kern track days here at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Thank you. We are going to see how the beginners do it right now. It's worth mentioning that we all used to be beginners. Before you can learn how to do something, you have to learn and be a beginner, no matter what the sport is, whether it's sport bike riding, dirt bike riding, cooking, it doesn't matter. And here at Double R Fest, helping people understand the dynamic of motorcycle riding is absolutely key, because like we said many times now, safety and fun are the priority for us. So beginner group is good for sport motorcycle riders who don't have a lot of seat time on their sport bike, aren't necessarily familiar with the practices of sport bike riding at a closed course like we are riding here at Circuit of the Americas. This gentleman in front of us is riding an MV Agusta F3 800. How do I know that? Because I've ridden that bike a million times and I just know. Like we said before, Double R Fest is open to all makes and models of sport bike vehicles. We even saw a Ducati Multistrada out there yesterday. And you can see this guy, for a beginner, is doing pretty dang good. He's got good line selection, his body position's decent, and he is riding smoothly. We are going to make a pass on this gentleman here and then see if we can find any instructors doing their thing. So let's give her the reins one more time. Oh, a back shifted her sorry engine. My God. I don't know how it happened. That's such a screw. Sorry, 999cc i4. Really impressed with what a difference that DMP fork setting adjustment did. Here's the big bump. You gotta be ready for that. There's a Double R Fest track day instructor ahead of those two riders in front of us. Now it's nice following an instructor because line selection, especially at a big circuit like Circuit of the Americas, isn't the easiest. There's so many turns. There's 20 turns here. There's a lot to remember. And the racetrack is ultra wide. And that's what the instructor is doing here, trying to assist with line selection. They will also come up behind you and see how you are operating the vehicle in an effort to give you some guidance on body position, lean angle, where the vehicle is at different points of the track. There is Grant Lopez, the multi-time road racing champ from back in the day, who's also an American hero who neutralized the active shooter in Florida at the military base a few years ago. That guy is just awesome. Super modest, super talented. He is an active duty sheriff in Pensacola, Florida. He rides for work as a motor policeman a BMW RT 1250. Or I'm sorry, RT-P 1250. I've actually ridden that motorcycle in stock and police configuration, and it is just an awesome motorcycle. I don't know why more law enforcement agencies don't use the RT-P bike, because it comes outfitted from BMW with all of the wiring and all of the necessary accessories you need to configure that bike for law enforcement duty. The other bikes, like Harley Davidson's and even the Hondas, do not come from the factory with the wiring and that setup. You have to wire it in and customize it. And as most people know, nothing is better than OE factory in terms of testing and durability. There goes Grant. He's going to help show this Panigale V4 motorcycle rider. Oh, he's on a Superleggera, I think. My gosh. How to better pick his lines. That guy's on a Superleggera. That thing looks sick. Well, folks, that is a little taste of what you can get at BMW Motorrad's R Fest. Make sure to log on to Kern track days to learn more. See when the next R Fest is coming to your circuit. And thanks for riding with us today. We are going to let the big dog eat right now. Oh yeah, this never gets old. It never, ever gets old. It's almost like a dirt bike section through here where you keep the bike almost upright and you move your body from left to right like you're riding a motorbike. That's what the S's almost feels like you need to do to really have a good line selection. I'm horrible through there, but maybe one day I'll get less horrible. Alright folks, here we go. We are now going to join the intermediate session. This is for riders that are in between beginner and advanced status. Now the great thing about these Kern track days here at R Fest is everyone is super respectful, everyone is super polite. You know, the BMW Motorrad brand just attracts almost like a more professional caliber human being, where these people are they really mind their manners. No one's passing each other crazy style. Everyone gives each other room when passing. I personally only like to pass in braking zones and acceleration zones. I'm not a big corner overtaker. Number one, because I just want to give people respect, and number two, because I just don't want to have any problems ever. The name of the game when you're operating these high performance vehicles is safety. Safety is paramount, and you should never, ever, ever crash, ever in the world, never. And that is our goal here. We are again riding with this sport display. I love how it shows the brake pressure, the DTC intervention, the lean angle, 53 degrees on the left, 51 on the right. The on-the-fly DTC adjustment is just totally awesome. I love it. I like to run it in 1 or 2. It gives me a good safety net. When I get more comfortable with the vehicle and with the bike, I can lower that setting and it will allow for more wheel spin, but I haven't been riding these sport bikes that much lately, and my physical fitness is just way off, and I just don't feel comfortable right now. So that is why I am operating the bike in this setting. Here we go, guys. Nice clear track through the S's. God, I love how maneuverable this bike is. It is insane how agile this thing is. Every time I go through that section, I'm just like, jeez, how is this bike so agile? You can see the DTC light coming in when DTC starts activating on this vehicle. And away we go, guys. We're gonna gradually warm up and start giving her more beans. More beans. I love the beans. Give me more beans. Alright. Big dog eat zone. Engage, big dog. Time to eat. What's for dinner? Beans. That's what's for dinner. Alright, folks. That guy held it on pretty nicely. Again, courtesy and respect is the name of the game at these track days. And I just love Circuit of the Americas. A lot of my colleagues and friends don't like this track, but I love the stop and go nature of it. It's fun. I love braking. I love accelerating on sport bikes. And that's what this track's all about. Big braking zones, big acceleration zones. This big sweeping right is a blast too. Let's see if we can get that lean angle a little higher. 51 still. It's just amazing how responsive this motorcycle is. Just the whole synchronization of the controls. This bike is it's really easy to ride. And the level of adjustability that this motorcycle has, you can really turn it from mild to wild with a few swipes of the thumb wheel. It's awesome. This bike has so much adjustability in it that you can easily be a newbie rider and purchase this motorcycle. There was a BMW Kern trackday coach helping that rider with his riding technique. Riding these sport bikes at the circuit is very specialized. Most people haven't grown up riding these bikes in a competition setting, and the track day instructors here at Double R Fest really help you sharpen your skill set and become a safer, more capable sport bike rider. And that's what it's all about. Safety first. Safety and fun first. Again, the extra engine braking this vehicle offers really helps me right now. My braking ability is just off. And I just love having that little bit of help. Electronic assist engine brake help. Just makes my life easier. Once we get more proficient with the braking, we can go to a reduced engine brake setting. Well, earlier I rode the motorcycle with a DMP, the fork setting at a much lower level. I think it was 7. And the motorcycle was downright unrideable at that setting. It just had so much forward pitch. And that's why I like this DDC. Although its actual feel, it's not the best in my opinion, the level of adjustability is very high, and it goes from mild to wild very easily. And in its maximum setting, I have good vehicle feel. I have good feel, and I can ride the motorcycle much harder than I could in a lower setting. It's really amazing what these technologically advanced vehicles like the S1000RR have become. There is so much adjustability. I keep saying it, but before, when you had to fit different parts, adjust things with a screwdriver, do all this kind of testing and research, these bikes just come from the factory, just dialed in. It's crazy. $22,200 as tested for this S1000RR. And I for sure would buy one of these bikes. They represent good value in the superbike class. They come with a 3-year, 36,000 mile manufacturer's warranty with roadside assistance. These vehicles are built in Germany. The fit and finish is just insane. And the maintenance intervals are few and far between. These are excellent bikes. I would throw on some different tires, and I would throw on the Lloyd's Performance Reflash, and away we would go. We would be off to the races, quite literally. Alright, letter E corner. Oh, I love this straightaway. Oh, I love holding the line. It's one of the greatest feelings on earth. Letting Big Daddy eat and feeling the force of the S1000. Oh, yes. What a bike. How fun is this? This is about as much fun as you can have with your leather suit on. Good job, BMW Motorrad and Kern track days. Alright, boys and girls, here we are at BMW Motorrad Double R Fest, which celebrates all things S1000 Double R. We are going to ride our vehicle here, this S1000 Double R, that is fitted with it's fitted with Pirell Diablo Supercorsa SP V3 tires instead of the Michelin Power RS tires. These Pirell tires are night and day better than the Power RS's, so I'm very happy to be operating this bike with these tires. This vehicle also has the torque reflash, the BMW Motorrad torque reflash since last time we operated this vehicle. It also has the new Nissan brake components. What's up, dude? Thank you. It also has the Nissan brake components that replace the Hayes brake components due to the recall that this vehicle had. All right. Now, I love the 6.5-inch color dash display on all of these Motorrad vehicles nowadays. It is crisp, clear, legible, and easy to use. Let's go in the menu and customize our settings. The level of customization and configuration on this vehicle is just insane. It's crazy how much adjustment this bike has. We are going to go into Race Pro 1. We are selecting max engine performance, full engine performance here. Engine brake, we are going max engine brake. Now I'm choosing max engine brake here because this 3-some mile 20-turn circuit is insanely fast. There are insanely deep braking zones, and I just don't have the strength or the skill right now to slow down the bike effectively, so I want some engine brake to help me slow down the bike. Once I get more fit and more comfortable, I will naturally go to a less brake setting because this bike has very effective brakes. But for now, for today, I'm going to leave it in max engine brake setting, and that's the beauty of these bikes. You can customize them to your liking. Traction control, I have it in the race performance setting. We can also adjust DTC in finite measurements. We've talked about that a lot in our other review videos, and it's awesome that BMW has that. Wheelie control, I'm going to leave it with minimal wheelie control So it has a little bit of wheelie control, that's good. I've ridden it without wheelie control, and I can totally ride it just fine without it, but it's nice to have a little bit of wheelie control. All right, let's go back. ABS. I am going to go into the one level up here. Now, I want one level up because I don't want rear ABS disabled. I want rear ABS on because even in this setup, the ABS calibration is extremely aggressive. You have to be a very, very, very talented rider, high-performance rider, to even get the ABS system to work. I'd like to use a little rear brake, especially at a fast circuit here, to really help more than stop the bike, to just level out the back of the bike when I'm under braking. I want the back end of the bike to lower a little bit, so that's why I use my rear brake. But I want ABS on so I don't have to worry about locking up the rear brake, because I don't have the best feel sometimes on these street bikes with my road racing boot. So we're going to leave it in this setting. DDC is very important. This bike has semi-active BMW Motorrad DDC. I'm never a big fan of BMW's DDC, but here I do like the level of adjustability they have. I've maxed out the DMP settings, so we have max DMP. That basically gives us the most robust valving. So it's going to have the slowest fork action and the slowest fork rebound, which I like at a high-speed circuit. Here again, I've maxed out the shock compression, maxed out the shock rebound, and that just allows me to slow down the velocity of the suspension in its action. This circuit is super fast, there are big bumps, and you really want a bike that has a calm chassis. We have this set up under Race Pro 1. You can also customize other settings in 2 and 3, but we're going to run 1. Alright, away we go, guys. We are also going to use the racetrack setting, the sport mode, which has a different screen from the street bike mode. Alright, folks, let's notch her into gear. We have reversed the gear shift lever on this vehicle, which is super easy to do. You don't need to buy any other parts or accessories. You just flip the shifter the other way, and you have reverse shifting, 1 up, 5 down, and that is optimum for racetrack use because it allows you to grab upshifts more quickly by just pressing down on the gear shift lever. This motorcycle has an electronic quick shifter with auto blip downshifting capability, which is another invaluable asset here at the racetrack. Alright, folks, here we go. We're going to do a quick check behind, make sure there's no traffic, and there isn't, thank goodness. And here we go on the COTA surface. Entering this track is always kind of sketchy to me because you have to round that first turn and make sure you're not in anyone's way. And away we go, guys. This is the S's section of COTA. This section of the track requires a motorcycle that is extremely light and maneuverable feeling. Thank God this double R is just that. One of the things that I really love about this bike is just how agile it is. It's extremely agile in terms of its handling from left to right and vice versa. These carbon fiber wheels really do make a huge difference in the amount of maneuverability this bike has. A big high point of navigating a bike like this through the S's. Alright, now we're going to upshift into the third big bump right there. When we started riding this bike in 2013, riding this circuit in 2013, during the Ducati Panigale 1299R launch, that bump was not there. Over the years, this circuit's developed some bumps. Alright, let's let this big dog eat. It's time to let her eat. See what she can do as we roll through the gearbox. 6th gear, my favorite gear. We broke a little early there, but that's okay. This is our introductory lap at this circuit. Now, the good thing about this double R Fest is you have less full riding groups. We're riding in the advanced group right now, which is limited to 20 riders. Each group only has 20 riders, which is a lot less than a typical track day here at Circuit of the Americas. $600 to participate. $600 gets you in, which is a little bit more, but considering that you don't have any other people that you have to contend with when you're riding, I think it's totally worth it. God, I love this bike. Now, there are 8 instructors right now here at this track day. Normally there's 11, but only 8 due to COVID-19 pandemic and people's schedules, etc., etc. And the instructors are just excellent. The main host is Nate Kern, who's a multi-time road racing champ. He's also BMW Motorrad's ambassador. So, the ambassador for the BMW Motorrad crew. I've known Nate for a long time. We've gone on cool trips all around the world together. He's a great guy. I love how he wants to help people. He wants to help people get better at riding motorcycles more quickly and more safely, because that's what riding's all about. We also have multi-time champ Grant Lopez. He's an old school guy. I think he won the Formula USA championship in 2000 on a Gixxer 750. He is an American hero. A couple years ago, he was one of the first responders to an active shooter on a military base in Florida. Some Saudi Arabian dude who was in training there went AWOL and started shooting up the place. And he was one of the first guys to get there and helped neutralize that threat. Saved a lot of lives. Very humble guy, very talented, and we're glad he's here today. Let big dog eat. He wants to eat. Look at that speedometer. Let's see if we can get to 170. Oh, yeah, I love seeing 170. What a bike this BMW is. Whoa! False neutral. Sorry about that, guys. I just love the handling of this S1000RR. It is so light. That torque reflash really makes a difference. It helps this motorcycle accelerate in second and third gear between 4,000 and 6,000 RPMs. A big improvement versus the OEM configuration. I love the sound of these double R's. They have a character all to themselves. Very sweet sounding vehicle. Auto whip downshifter allows you to grab downshift so easily. Keeps that rear tire hooked up with the pavement. Wheelie control helps keep that front end down just like that. Up into fifth gear, boys and girls. This uphill area helps you slow down. Got a Ducati and another double R just past us. But they ain't talking and riding, so we'll give them that. There's an instructor right there, Corey West. Another fast dude. God, this bike is so maneuverable. I've ridden a lot of bikes over the years here at Circuit of the Americas, but none of them have the maneuverability in stock configuration as this S1000 double R. Alright folks, it's hard for me to talk right now because I'm focusing on the prize ahead. Here's that big ass bump. I hate this bump. Alright, time to let Big Dog eat, my favorite segment of the track. Let her eat. She likes to play. She's hungry. Oh, there's food in there. Flowing out, baby. Didn't click, click. 6th gear, because this R6 guy was ahead of me. It's all good. The line response on this bike is just excellent. The connection between the twist grip and the rear tire. BMW did really good work with optimizing the rear suspension and the rear and the swing arm. Just the overall rear suspension design on this bike. The previous generation S1000RR, when that thing put the power down, that rear suspension had a hard time keeping up. This new bike is much more easy to ride, has a much more planted feel. That guy is exiting on pit out. Alright, let's get our 6th guy here. Whoa. We're gonna get him right here, boys and girls. Enough's enough. Feel the might of the S1000RR. Right around 190 ponies at the business end of this Pirell Diablo Supercorsa SP V3 tire. While this torque reflash has made a difference, I still would take my personal S1000RR to Lloyd's Performance Shop out of Austin, Texas, and have them fully reflash the ECU for a cost of $1,000 right around. Delete all of the electronic restrictions and really get this bad boy to sing. Now the cool thing about Double R Fest is it's open to all types of motorcycles. BMW Motorrad is radically inclusive and everyone is welcome, regardless of their make and model. I love that. I love inclusive companies. Everyone is welcome all the time. Good job, Motorrad. There's our buddy Kern, that's straight home. And the checkered flag, boys and girls. Alright folks, as part of the Kern Track Day Double R Motorrad Fest, Nate Kern is doing 2 up rides on the BMW S1000RR. He has another S1000RR Double R Fest participant's significant other, Joy, on the back of his bike. Joy wants to understand more about the dynamic of riding a motorcycle on the circuit, so she is going to experience it firsthand with Nate on his passenger prepped S1000RR. It has a big passenger handlebar hand grip on the fuel tank, which gives her a level of stability during braking. Braking is one of the hardest, most G-loading experiences on a motorcycle. You can easily get negative 1.5 G if you're a really hard braker, so you need to have that passenger grab handle to hold yourself up. We're going past this guy right now with him. The tires on both of our vehicles are not totally up to temp, so we're taking it kind of easy right now. And away we go, guys. Away we go, and look at it. And Nate is not going slow. I wasn't looking at the speedometer, so I can't tell you how fast we are going, but it felt pretty fast. And the whole point of these two-up rides is to help show people what it's like to ride a high-performance motorcycle at speed on the racing circuit. I heard Nate honking his horn. I'm a big horn honker on the track too, so that was nice to see and hear. I'm sure we'll probably be doing 2 laps. This is just the warm-up lap. So we will do another lap here in a moment. We are riding in the beginner group right now just to make it a more safe experience for everyone here. And there goes the bike on one wheel. I love this uphill braking zone because you can brake relatively deep into it. We aren't braking deep because we're waiting for these folks to turn, but away we'll go. There's another wheelie. We love the wheelies. Look at that lean angle with 2 up. That's pretty cool. The S's. I love the S's. On a side note, on these S1000Rs, I love how the brake lights are integrated into the turn signals. We've talked about that a million times, but that's just a cool thing. Really adds a nice clean aesthetic to the back of the S1000RR 2020 model year and newer. And that, folks, is a quick 2-up experience. If you want to see what motorcycle sport biking is like on the racing circuit but don't have the means to do it yourself, this is a good option for you. Look at that lean angle, that's dang impressive. There's an R1250 GS getting some here at Double R Fest. Like we said before, all makes and models, even adventure touring bikes, are welcome at Double R Fest. Just a testament to how capable that vehicle is.
All right, folks, part of BMW Motorrad Double R Fest is the BMW Performance Driving School. These are M-spec automobiles that we get to drive in during the lunch break. We are gonna go in a 2021 BMW M5 Competition Edition vehicle. Let's swing a leg into the cockpit and go for a hot lap.
617 horsepower.
So there's pound-feet of torque?
There's pound-feet of torque, and there's horsepower. We are in the 2021 BMW M5 retail price, MSRP, right around $125,000 for this vehicle. Emil is driving us. He is a former professional car racer, and he works for the BMW High Performance Driving School.
Ready?
Yep, we're ready to see the 6,717 powers.
Try to get 40 with us.
Great.
We'll try to keep him behind.
So just like the S1000RR, this 2021 M5 has full adjustment. You can adjust many of the settings of this vehicle. Oh my God, here we go. This vehicle is no joke. My God. It is crazy the amount of G-forces this motorcycle or this car is able to generate. I have not been in a car that goes this fast in a while. Emil is definitely the man and is driving this car like a bandit. And it is important to remember this is a stock 2021 M5. We have a 2021 M3 comp package in our rear view mirror. What a car this thing is. Oh my God, 4 tires, look at them on the inside. We are with 4 people. He is a single passenger in the M3 comp package right now, but he can't withstand the 617 horsepower we have on this M5. Oh, I'm sorry, he was in the M5 too. We drafted past him. That is badass. Oh my God, you can brake so late in this vehicle. We were not braking this late at all on the S1000RR sport bike. That is unbelievable. When you have 4 tires on the ground, you can brake hard and certainly go through the corners with an insane amount of grip. That is crazy how fast you can drive this thing into the corners. I almost feel like the car would be equally as fast as the bike just because how late you can brake in the corners and how much corner speed you are. This is crazy. We're drifting around 4-wheel slides. Unbelievable. Dude, Emil's the man. Thank God this ride's almost over because I'm gonna puke. Just joking, I'm not gonna puke.
That's it, boys.
Emil, you're the man, dude.
Right?
Dude, you're the man. This car gets some. That's stock.
Cars are fast, yeah. Stock M5.
Dude,
What kind of tires you got on?
that was crazy.
There you go.
What kind of tires you have on?
We're on Continental, so our school is sponsored by Continental Tires.
We were on Continental
Continental
High Performance,
Extreme Sport Contact.
probably Ultra. What kind of tire?
Continental Extreme Contact Sport, I think, or Extreme Sport Contact.
Great.
Like that.
That was awesome.
Tires, you can tell.
Thank you, Emil. Yeah, good tires. Thanks, buddy.
Well, folks, that's a wrap from BMW Motorrad RR Fest. We came, we saw, we went fast. Make sure to surf on over to motorcyclistonline.com to find out more about this event. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs it down if you didn't, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.